Oh, here we go.
Hi there and welcome back to another Sugar Tits video. So Trump derangement syndrome is back again. It never really goes away, does it? But this time it involves the Osbournes and the recent passing of Ozzy Osbourne. Just a short while ago, Sharon got together with her two children, Kelly and Jack, and released the first episode of The Osbournes for the first time since Ozzy died. And they'd recorded this episode soon after Ozzy's passing, about 3 months ago. It was a really emotional, sad video to watch, and I think that anyone who's lost someone can relate to what they were feeling, even if they are celebrities. But that was until politics got involved. Well, not really politics. It's not like anything like political issues were discussed. It was merely the person, Donald Trump, that turned what should have been just a heartfelt condolence session into a political free-for-all, i.e. the left getting crazy TDS about Trump even calling Sharon in the first place to wish her his condolences, and bashing her for saying thank you. Sharon was left in tears while listening to a voice message that Donald Trump had left them, which they played on the podcast for everyone to hear. Let's have a quick listen.
Should we play the voicemail?
Yeah.
Not saying who it's from. Everyone will know.
Hi, Sharon. It's Donald Trump, and I just wanted to wish you the best and the family. Ozzy was amazing. He was an amazing guy. I met him a few times, and I want to tell you, he was unique in every way and talented. So I just wanted to wish you the best, and it's a tough thing. I know how close you were, and whatever I can do, take care of yourself. Say hello to the family. Thanks. Bye.
Love him or hate him, he didn't have to call and leave a voicemail.
Listen, when it comes to politics, we know nobody comes out a winner. Whoever you like, there's half of people are going to go like this. And now it's more so than ever in history, is it, that people's choice of which party, which politician, you can't come out a winner. All I know is a man that I know, I worked with for a month. I spent 1 month with him and his wife, who was always gracious, elegant, just a delight to talk to, his wife.
Yeah.
And he was always, how are the children? How's Kelly? I'm so proud of Kelly and Jack for what they've done, and their manners are great. And he was just a great guy to talk to. And he has always treated me with respect, and they have been great. And for him to take his time to do that for us, and because, do you know what? He doesn't live in a bubble. He knows what's going on in the streets. He knows what is going on. President Trump and Melania, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
There you go. What was wrong with that? I'll tell you what was wrong with that. The crazy liberals didn't like the fact that they were trying to humanize Trump. They hate Trump so much that they turned this really sad event, which was only about honoring Ozzy's legacy and a display of emotions pouring out over the loss of their dad, into a fucking political shaming session. I mean, this reminds me, not to the same extent, but of the Charlie Kirk incident and all the shitbags who came out afterwards just praising his death, saying the most disgusting, atrocious things, which left you asking, what the fuck happened to humanity? Since when did someone's brutal ending in front of their own wife and children become something to celebrate? It's crazy to me when that line gets crossed, when someone has a different political view than you, and you're willing to forego your humanity because of fucking difference of opinion. Here are some of the things people are saying on Facebook, and I'm not going to show their pictures along with what they said, because I do have some sort of humanity. That wasn't really Trump's voice on the call. They're faking this whole thing for sympathy so they'll become more popular. I felt sorry for them up until Sharon praised Trump. Sharon praising a racist, sexist bigot? Gross. Ozzy would be ashamed of you. Trump only cares about rich people. Charles Manson once called me and wished me a happy birthday, and I was like, say what you want about Charles, but he cares about my birthday, and there's something to be said about that. They're comparing Trump to Charles Manson now. I love you, Sharon, Jack, and Kelly, but giving Trump a platform and praising him is basically like saying, you're okay with all the evil stuff he does. You're better than this. Isn't that fucking unbelievable? all. And to be fair, look, there were a lot more people who were posting positive responses and calling all of these people idiots. But it's just a reminder what TDS does to someone, doesn't it? They just lost their father and they're grieving about it. And being thankful that Trump sent them such a heartwarming message in their time of grief makes them problematic. Other people were quick to say that Sharon was being ingenuine, even a hypocrite, given that she and Kelly have said some not so nice things about Trump in the past.
And if you kick every Latino out of this country, then who is going to be cleaning your toilets, Donald Trump?
LOL.
Oh, that's no. In the sense that you know what I mean. Like when I'm saying
there's more jobs to be
in LA, they always. No, I would never mean it like that. Okay.
You've known Trump. You've worked with Donald Trump on Celebrity Apprentice. What are your thoughts on the guy?
He was an absolute gentleman, very respectful, very nice. So I cannot put him down as a person.
Sure.
But when you watch him on the debates, it just reminds me of a 3-hour episode of The Apprentice.
Do you like him as a person? What do you think if he did become president?
I would be terrified because he's a narcissist.
He's a
narcissist. He just is. He knows that about himself,
right.
You know. And he doesn't take comment well. To think that this man would have his hand on that button, can you imagine?
Elon Musk is going to bring Trump back to Twitter. Does he deserve the right to speak?
Everybody has the right.
So what I see from those videos is that they had a difference of political opinion. But Sharon has always said that he was a nice person, who was always kind to her, and even though she may not agree with him politically, she wouldn't disparage him as a human being. Well, maybe except for that narcissist comment, but he kind of is, isn't he? I would call that more of a subjective observation. So for those of you who may not know, Ozzy had been going through a lot of health shit prior to his death. Here he is on Piers Morgan talking a little bit about it.
You've been through all this health hell.
I'm done with the surgery, but it's been 5 years of absolute hell for me. It's been really a bad scene. I have Parkinson's, but I never think about it.
It was the neck injury and the fall that he took.
I've broken something in my neck.
Yeah.
And I carried on working with it for... I don't gripe on it. Get on with it. If you're still moving, you ain't going to be dead.
Ozzy died at the age of 76 soon after a farewell concert that he did in his beloved hometown, Birmingham, with a Black Sabbath reunion. It was later revealed that he died of a heart attack. But I think one of the worst comments that I've seen about this whole thing is people saying that Sharon, Kelly, and Jack are faking their grief. Well, not really faking it, but they're overplaying it. That they're somehow consciously over-dramatizing their father's death because they want their podcast to be more popular, which is fucking disgusting. I watched that whole episode and nothing about that seemed disingenuous. I found it very sad, very heartbreaking to watch, and to say that they were making their grief into some big spectacle for the sake of popularity, I think is completely false. Here's an interview Jack did just shortly after his dad's death.
Jack Osbourne is in mourning following the passing of his father Ozzy on July 22nd. How is your mother doing now?
You know, when people have been asking me that question, I say, she's okay, but she's not okay. Sorry. Before he went on stage, I ran back into the dressing room and... Sorry. I just gave him a big hug. I just kissed him. I just said... I was like, crush it. You're going to do so good. And I was crying. I was in the crowd with... I was with my brother. And we both were just crying. I think it was because we knew it was the last time. It kind of was a living wake, you know, if you think about it.
It takes a lot for a grown man to cry on camera in front of thousands, maybe millions of people, and it didn't seem to me like he was overplaying his feelings to try and make this tragedy in his life an opportunity for more popularity. But that's just my opinion on the matter. I certainly disagree with some of the keyboard trollops on Facebook who are so blinded by their hate of Trump that it buries any sense of humanity within them. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to check me out on Rumble, BitChute, or X, and I'll see you in the next video. Tits out, everyone.
Tits.